Hey everyone, this is my Patreon Prod reaction to the third episode of Granbelm. And last episode, we had Mangetsu and Shingetsu getting to know each other pretty well, you know, because Mangetsu kind of stayed over at her place, so I think that was done in that process. So we also got a little bit of Anna, whatever her name was, you know. For one thing, she's apparently very hot. Like, she wants cold beverages, she wants an icy cold bath. Maybe that will be explained later. I don't quite get her issue. Maybe she just has that fiery of a soul, which I guess would explain the constant fits of anger. But yeah, also the one member that lost that one fight last time, she's just been cast away. Nobody seeming to mind. Everyone just like, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Bye bye. Good luck. Junk. Zero auction. Whatever the one girl said. Just trying to put more salt to that wound. But the biggest thing was just Mangetsu deciding to follow the path of the mage, which is pretty cool. But we also have a little bit of stuff going on with the little sister, like, which I really didn't expect, you know, Nene. I didn't really talk about that too much, I don't think, in the discussion last time, but she clearly seems to be pretty involved. She has two little sisters, even though they both look older than her, but they kind of implied that she's older than she looks, I think, with some of the dialogue. And one thing I didn't pick up on was the one sister calling her Nene, like Nene One-chan, like Nene. That I could play one over my head the first time I watched it, I think, because it wasn't conveyed in the subs at all. But as I was skimming through it to refresh myself for this episode, I noticed that and got a kick out of that. So yeah, I'm sure we'll get more into that, but that's certainly interesting little sister trio thing there. And also just Kibo and Nena are very shippable. We had some like blushing in the one sleepover talk. But anyway, the episode ended off with Anna kind of wanting a bit of a talk because she's not a big fan of Shingetsu, or Ernesta as she calls her. So I imagine she'll clarify why she's so butthurt about that here, now that we've all kind of met up at school. So it's probably not going to make me dislike her at all, but she'll try. I'm sure she'll try. So the important thing is we finally will understand where that deep-seated hatred comes from. So let's just, that was not what I meant to click. Okay, let's try that again. Now let's just get into the episode and see how things go. 3, 2, 1, play. Intro was slightly longer than it should have been, but I think it's fine. This is where we left off. Yeah, and you're just a peach yourself. Please enlighten us about the bad parts. Maybe it deserved to be ruined. If you're an example of it. I mean, you clearly want to tell the story, so why don't you do it? Well, there you go. Oh, well, there we go. I legit thought she would slap her there. Get wrecked. Oh, Joe Summer girl. Now attack her back. Well, that went far better than I expected. I just wanted her to counterattack, but aside from that, that was a great start to the episode. Because I've seen scenes kind of similar to that before. It was quite different than ones I've seen. Just straight up telling her, like, nope, you're wrong. Still a great opening. Even if just a lot of showing off their magic crystal and summoning mecha. What more do you need, really? Not every opening has to have a bunch of running around and reaching for the sky. Yeah, some of these parts go by way too quickly. I eventually have to go back and go through that more slowly. Eventually. Okay. Getting pretty close there. Who are you? How, okay. You checked that by the mouth? I'm very confused. She is, I mean, although I guess I am a little bit too. No, you wanna talk to this girl that's probably a mage? Okay, so she doesn't even know. I kind of expected her too. Oh well. That's what I mean by them kind of jumping between sisters. So I got that backpack. Okay, so that's the whole Ana faction thing. Gotcha. It's really not. You should watch the Fate series, or read the visual novel rather, if you're not a filthy casual. At lunchtime. Sounds delicious. Oh wow, it looks it too. You gotta, so suppose you have a little bit of extra, do you, for me? Yeah, don't sell it short. This is special. I can't pronounce that word. Not gonna try. Aha. Guess it's better than saying that it sucked. We already decided that last episode. Let's move forward. Oh. More of that finger magic. Now in class. We're not gonna back down. With a name like Mangetsu, I'm sure she's qualified for this. Careful. Oh. Claire, okay. So we actually see some of her family, I guess. Claire seemed nice enough. Huh. We're getting into flashbacks? Oh. Well, that's gonna be a bitch to clean up. So I guess they were friends in the past. Good for you. The name's a trigger. Well, she knows her. Yeah, I probably gotta get some gear. That car door sound in my right, it kind of made me jump a little bit. Thought it was in the real world. Well, she doesn't hate her. That's something. Like I'm kind of with someone right now. Don't embarrass me. Yeah, we met Anna earlier. Not very pleasant. She's Claire's cute. I imagine Anna is not going to do that same thing. You know, run into her happily. And there they are. Just waiting by the car. That's her, alright. Gosh, she didn't block at that time. Family picture. I believe that. The important reasons. Aww. Yeah, very shippable. Oh, more flashbacks. And of course we had to ignore that. Uh-huh. Yeah, she's gonna eat you at this rate. Yeah, the three sisters were obviously used to be closer physically, age-wise. Those are the strings. Is training. So do we have like a tutorial manual where you can just kind of hand her, or is she even listening? I mean, I'd be the same way, just... Yeah, I swear I'm listening. Yeah, we should put a band-aid on that, or maybe kiss it, make it feel better. You're not a witch either. And that's what matters. That's what matters most. You have been very mysterious throughout this entire show, you know that? 10 days. Can't decide that's a lot of time or not much time at all. Mother? It's hard to say in this show. Okay, no, sister. Gotcha. Maybe you'll get a chance. 10 days. Okay, a lot of siblings in this show, I've noticed. That was wonderful. Now do it again. What, until the full moon? We just jumped like 10 days? Good job. Hopefully she's ready for the real thing. It's coming pretty quick. At 6 o'clock. And 10 hours. Okay, so do we have like an agreement to not attack each other on the battlefield? I assume we do. I love the bouncing between them. Really makes it feel like a group thing. The whispering again. The magic coconuts. Even if you say that. Okay. A battle in someone's heart. It's a good question. What's her motivation? What drives her? Okay. I guess that was a nice thing to say. But anyway, we have a battle to do. Oof. Yeah, somebody's just right out the gate going after her. Which of course she is. Man, she has issues. I really don't think you have a healthy view on everything that's around you. How dare you tell me I'm wrong? Oof. It's a good word for it. Meanwhile, some of us are just sitting here. I'm sorry, boss, it wasn't slack enough. Bye-bye. The way she said it. So yeah, they're definitely involved. This kind of proves that. Wow, those doll things. Man, just why is there the little chibi head thing? Curse. Why is there a curse on her? I mean, that's a good motivation. So I can't really root against her, but she's still an antagonist for Mangetsu and Shingetsu. So I kinda have to. It's a very nice arm knocks. It's no white lily, but it's passable. Yeah, meanwhile, we're dealing with this still. Oh god, right from behind. Carmen Witch. Keep your head in the game. Hopefully that training pays off. Ah! There we go. I think that did it. Way to go, Mangetsu. I can only imagine how cool it would be to just slice a giant robot in half. Yeah, let's help each other if we can. Oof. What as you thought? Color me surprised. Mangetsu, you want to help? I mean, I know you're busy, but... This is looking pretty bad. As an alternative, why don't you, seek professional help? What, did I not fire? Having trouble getting it up? Happens to the best of us. New player has entered the game. That's good to know. She does seem to be quite close to her sister. I've kind of gotten that impression. Oh, they're like the fans. Oh, that's cool. Supersonic attack. That's cool because it's like a dancing thing. I like it. Yeah, the show continues to have gorgeous visuals. Oh. I was like, who is this again? I was like, it was Nene. As soon as I saw the doll. Looks like somebody's summoning their spirit bomb. With a bit of a green tint to it. It did say she was like a long-range one, right? Mother. Yeah, just wait for me until next week when the show comes back. Although for me, it'll be like a day or two because this is a boosted reaction series. But yeah, that episode actually zoomed on by. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of family connections in this show. Like sisters, mothers, at least one mother. Definitely a much bigger family element than I would have expected going into the show. Because almost everyone of any importance seems to have at least a sister or more. I think we've been introduced to all of our characters at this point. Yiranai. Yeah, it's just the preview. Next. Okay. Well, that was the third episode of Granbelm. And yeah, the thing with Anna is definitely a lot more complicated than I thought it was initially. Because I thought it was just a straight up matter of just hating her for whatever reason, you know? But seems to be a bit of a, like, connection between them, like, family connection. We had the whole thing with the mother and sister that quite clearly, like, like Shingetsu a lot more than Anna does. But, you know, with Anna, it seems to be more of, like, a feeling of betrayal, the hurt kind of thing going on with her. You know, some misunderstandings, that kind of thing. Very complicated stuff, for sure. But yeah, just the whole thing with Anna's mother hugging her and stuff. It's not something I expected. Definitely not something I expected. But, you know, we also have the little sister, Claire was her name? Something like that, I think, maybe. But anyway, she, you know, does gymnastics or whatever and runs up towards Shingetsu. So yeah, they're clearly happy with them. But then, you know, she walks a little bit further and then Anna successfully slaps her this time, despite the failure last time. I'm not sure what the difference was, really. I guess she was just more emotionally distraught and couldn't be bothered to block. I don't know. There's just too much I don't really know about that dynamic. But yeah, also the sister, speaking of sisters, Mangetsu's sister, you know, Kibo, she's definitely quite close with Nene. I think that scene made that very clear. You know, she comes over there, eats her food, a lot, just straight up cheek on cheek rubbing and blushing. Like, it's not exactly a subtle thing there. There's quite the relationship there. And the sisters, I mean, they were it already. I think already was the reason why I struggled with that sentence. Already heavily implied they knew and were involved in some capacity with the Granbelm stuff, but this episode straight up made it clear with them kind of speaking and strategizing and whatnot, which is cool to see. I love the sisters just kind of, that interactions kind of teasing the bigger, older sister, which I'm not quite sure about that. It almost seems like the two little sisters continue to age physically and she did not. That's kind of what it looks like to me. Otherwise, I'm just misunderstanding something, but I don't know. Because the picture, they all looked about the same height, but that's not the case now. So maybe that will be elaborated upon eventually. Maybe there's like a curse on her. Because that was mentioned with the one sister, right? There was a curse on her. So maybe that's not an isolated incident. Maybe there's other curses and stuff that motivate some other mages. I don't know. Still a lot I don't quite get, but obviously there's got to be some big motivations that drive every competitor, right? Because we even got into Shingetsu's, which was a matter of wanting to just kind of end it all, as she said, which is fine. And then the one silver-haired girl wanting to lift her sister's curse because she loves her quite a bit, you know, loves her smell and whatnot. I definitely got that impression in the episode. And a little like inspection thing she did with Kibo, like the mouth, to try to figure out whether she was a competitor. Didn't quite get how that worked, but you know, Nena didn't even seem to know who she was, which is real surprise. But I guess it was because she wasn't quite yet involved in the fight up to this point. Because I mean, we did see this scene with her summoning her mech, so I guess that was a pretty recent thing. I mean, timeline jumped around a little bit. We got the flashbacks here and there, so you know, it's definitely possible I got confused on a couple of that stuff timeline wise. But no huge deal, really. But she does have a pretty cool mech, like I said. The whole fans, the whole aesthetic with the thing was pretty cool. And her motivation is one I can actually kind of get behind, unlike someone like Anna, who's just the worst. You know, there's just so much hatred in her, you know, that she burns with. Thus the need for the ice water and stuff. And she really needs to calm that down. Like, the match started and she would just like up Shingetsu's butt like immediately. And I think even attacking Mangetsu. I mean, it was all pretty hectic, but the point is she was just attacking right out the gate. And it was a lot to deal with, you know, because Shingetsu's mech wasn't fully repaired since the last one, which is unfortunate. Not quite sure how all that works, but it wasn't ready for whatever reason. So I had no idea how the repair rate and stuff works. You know, you think it would be enough time in between full moons, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, what else is there to say about the episode? I mean, not a lot. We got at least one flashback of Shingetsu and Anna, so very clearly they were friends at some point before what happened. I mean, I know Shingetsu kind of tried to explain a little bit about that, but I imagine we'll get more clarification on it later. Maybe at some point we could kind of like deal with the problem, you know? Maybe have a good talk with Anna that gets her to mellow out a little bit, let it go, you know, something. Because, you know, it's clearly not healthy the way she's currently dealing with her issues, so if we could work on that, that'd be great. And yeah, Kibo's explanation about why she wanted to become friends with Nena was quite nice, you know. She's talking about having this, like, stay away from me aura, and her being like, well, I'd rather be friends with that kind of person than the opposite, you know. That's kind of what she said, which was interesting for sure. But yeah, just the cheek rubbing was great. Probably highlight of the episode, really. Definitely the highlight of the episode. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say on the episode. I just hope we get more into the whole Shingetsu Anna family complicated situation, and hopefully that can be resolved pretty peacefully. Maybe by the end of it, we'll have Shingetsu and Anna hugging. I'm not gonna hold my breath on that, but that would be nice, wouldn't it? And other than that, yeah, just pretty good episode. It actually got some battles this time, which we didn't have last time because it was a bit of a cooldown period, bit of an explanation period. Figuring things out period, if you will. And this episode we actually got a bit of training, and then Mangetsu got her real first fight. And I mean, it's not over yet, I don't think, but so far it's going decently. I mean, considering how much of a newbie she is, she's doing pretty well, I would say. And hopefully she can continue to improve, do well, and, you know, not die. You know, that would be ideal, right? So we'll see. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.